Alright, hi everyone, my name's Archer Live. Welcome to the solo stealth walkthrough on Death Sentence 1 Down for the brand new Hostile Takeover Heist. So I'm going to basically talk you through the key objectives here, give you my thoughts on the overall heist, as well as just share some tips and tricks I got from playing it. Because it took me a few attempts to get this one nailed, but I managed to get a really good run out of it that I'm quite proud of, because I managed to do it in about 13 minutes, which, considering some of my first runs were not very good, quite happy with. So I'm going to get into some pre-planning very quickly. You can scroll through, pause if you need to see exactly what I'm getting here. Nothing really too major, a couple of extra little assets, that kind of thing. I'm not even sure you need everything that I've got here. The zip line in particular, I just kind of use the favors, but a lot of it's very base, you know, it's just very base stuff. Body bags were the most important thing, I think, for me here. So the key thing with this heist, and I mentioned this in my Update 234 video, so feel free to go check that out if you haven't already, but there are 4 key objectives in this heist, and you can do them in any order. Obviously, the game will offer you a fixed direction to do them in, but you can completely ignore the game. So the game wants you to find the evidence first, then get the prototype, then the documents, and then destroy the lab equipment, but you can do it in whatever order you choose. Now, the thing you want to look for is this safe. You'll find it somewhere in one of the side offices in this big building. When you find the safe, there'll be a bag of cocaine in it, and if you take the cocaine out, it's got the key to the prototype case, and you need that key code to get in there. And because I'd seen it, I immediately stopped what I was doing and immediately prioritized going to get that open, because that's an important one. Got it out of the way, done and dusted, basically. So now I've got that code in my head, I'm going over to the van to drop my loot bag off, and then you need to get the stage curtain keys to get access to the prototype. Much easier than it sounds. You literally just open this door right here, and once you're inside, you'll see the keys you can pick up. Sometimes there'll be a guard near that door, you can just wait or kill him. The camera doesn't tend to see him usually. Pop my loot bag in there, and we've got the stage curtain keys. So now we walk along this side, and it's quite a nice and easy way to get into the back section. You get a guard sometimes in this area, he's the one who wanders around, just keep an eye out for him, he's not too hard to miss. Mark that camera, and then we use the stage curtain keys to open this door, and close the curtains. This civvy then walks off, makes a little bit of a commentary, and I pop that code in here. So that's job done. Grab the Neo 2 prototype, I keep forgetting the name of it, I should remember it by the Matrix really, shouldn't I? But then all I need to do is get around, the camera will try and start spotting you here, but don't worry. Oh, also this is early access, I think that's why the camera wasn't peeping there. There was a little bit of an audio issue there, should be fixed. I don't think there'll be any problem, but yeah, this was early access in case you see any bugs like that, so don't worry, nothing major. But there we go, prototype secured. So that's one of the 4 objectives down, and as you can see, the game's still telling me to get the evidence, but if I wanted, I could have gone to the lab right now and done all that. I just didn't, because I was going to get the evidence next, that was my next priority. So I chose to go around from a different entrance this time, run around a little bit. Wait, no I didn't, this is the exact same entrance. I'm trying to give an interesting commentary, and I'm lying to you all. What a crime. So now I'm going a bit higher up, because for the evidence, this is the most, I don't want to say annoying objective, the most involved one. You need to find an email on a computer, a voicemail, which is on a phone like that, and a recording. The voicemail can be on one of those phone handsets in, again, any of the offices, much like that safe. But the email is the worst one because there are computers in every room on every floor in this building, and eventually you'll get one of those question mark markers to show you the room it's in, but before all that you're just kind of wandering around looking. So that's the good thing about this, because it prioritizes this objective in the game's code. If you go and do the other objectives, by the time you come back, it'll have marked the room the computer's in, or at least one of the objective pieces. It could be the voicemail machine. So if you want to get the voicemail machine and the recording, then job done. The recording, however, is a bit nicer because that's always in the same place. You'll see that when we get there in a minute. So I'm just trying to get this computer done because I know it's in this room, and that hand icon there after the hack means that's our email with, our computer with the email we want, sorry. And obviously we've got now Blaine giving us a bit of commentary, telling us what's going on. But we have got the voicemail, and we've got the email. The recording is now the easiest of the 3, like I said. It's in the top office in Rainy's room. So first I'm going to stop here to where I put one of my body bags. And also the toilet door there, slightly ajar. You can hide body bags behind it if you need to. And this is the room here that we're going to be going in. But I wanted to deal with the civvy first, and a guard got in the way. But it's no biggie. I said this again in my update video, but I quite like the guard spawns in this. There are a lot of guards, and they can get in your face quite easily. But also, if you work hard enough, which I didn't there, they're relatively easy to dodge, I feel like. So it's quite a nice little pattern and arrangement of guards that I'm a fan of in this one. We've got the guard and the civvy taken care of. Hide those body bags behind the door. Job done. And now we move into this room. So we're looking for the recording. It's always at the end of this hallway, and there is a door we can go straight in. You can see here, I do get a little bit claustrophobic about some of the guard movements in here. This door was opened via pre-planning. You don't necessarily need to have it open. I just use the favors. It's a simple lockpick, and if you've got the quick hands, the quick skill, sorry, from Team AI, it's relatively quick to open, but I just got it because I had the spare favors. But there you go. That's it. Recording done. So that is 2 of the 4 main objectives done now. So the next one the game prioritizes is to get the documents, as I've said. And I think I just followed the game instructions from here. because I was still getting used to it by this point. I played it loud after playing it stealth, so loud was when I really messed around with the order, to be sure. But it was interesting. It was really, really interesting, this. You see here, I just couldn't be bothered dancing around the guard, because I knew I could control my pages a bit better. As I said, you're pretty good in this stealth, I feel like, at getting around the guards. So you can kind of take risks and just kill the odd guard if they're annoying you or they're in your way. This guy's the one that wanders around this whole section. You'll see later, having him killed did make life easier. So this is one guard I would prioritize killing or taking care of in whatever way you prefer to, if that's the way you're inclined, if you want to try and clear out some key guards. Now, you'll see I'm going to go down to this side office here, because if you go down here, you can drive all of the scientists out of the lab section you'll be destroying later on the PA system. I'm really annoyed in this playthrough because I interacted with it immediately, and the voice line doesn't cut to hear Locke doing an excuse of the PA. He does another one of those really stupid lines. There's either one where he goes, there's a gas leak, it's going to peel off your skin, or it's Keith's birthday, go and get a cake. And both are great lines, and I'm really annoyed that one of them didn't get into this playthrough, but I was running through really well and didn't want to reshoot it, so I just kept moving. But this is one of the spawns for the security rooms. A couple of spawns in the main building and one here. And I decided again, because I had more control of my guards and I kind of knew I could dodge my pages where needed, I thought I'd kill the guard in this section and also get the cameras taken care of. And I believe this was the last pager as well. I think this was all 4 pages by this point. You can tell I'm feeling confident when I don't even leave myself a spare pager, because normally my rule has been, you know, keep a guard spare in case you bump into one. But I felt fairly confident I could control the spawns in this section. So when you use that PA system, the scientists will leave via a different entrance. You'll see it kind of as I'm walking around in a minute, so I knew I could go down here without getting interrupted. So to get in the document storage room, as you can see, Locke's saying we need the Chief Scientific Officer's key. He's somewhere in the entire map. Now, you find his schedule by hacking the computer, and I was worried, thinking, how am I meant to know where he is at any one time? Well, you don't have to worry. As soon as you hack the computer, he's marked in gold, which you might have seen for a split second there, but if you don't worry, you'll see it again in a second. It's fine. So now we're going to run up. There you go, you can see the gold guy in the corner. We're going over to him to get his code. So that's our next move. I feel like I'm having to talk about a lot in this. Like I said, I get through this quite well. I'm quite happy with the way I ran this through, because that was my main worry in filming this. I was like, I don't want to take ages going through the objectives. I want to try and show you can bounce between things. And I still definitely could have done this much quicker. But, you know, I think I did a pretty smooth run. And hey, it's over 8 minutes, so extra ads. All part of an evil plan. It wasn't really. I'm just not good enough at doing it faster than 8 minutes. So, he was having a little meeting there with, I believe, actually Rainey. So, she's dead. You know, it's like Esteban Santiago in Midland Ranch. You can just kill him if he wants. Doesn't really matter that much. So, hiding those bodies behind the door, I knew no one was going to see them. Sometimes the guards go on the stairs, I believe. Very rarely, but they're not going to see the bodies behind that door. So, it's all good. So now we've got the key. We need to go back into the labs and secure the documents. And fun fact, at this point, I hadn't actually got this far before in the heist, and I hadn't done the destroy lab equipment option. So you might see in a minute, once I've secured the documents, I kind of hesitate and go, is this the end? And then, no, I realise I have to go back in again. And that's when I started sweating, thinking, oh no, I'm going to get caught. But no, your boy actually pulled it off. Some skill. It wasn't a skill issue for a change. Who would have thought? But yeah, so now I've got the cameras down in here, there's a lot less pressure, and I think I decided to just start killing a bunch of the civvies in here, because I just couldn't be bothered and I had the spare body bags. So you can get 6 research documents here, and interestingly enough, despite being on the max difficulty, you don't have to steal all 6 of them, which is nice. I do like that. It's kind of like Hoxton Revenge, where you have to steal 6 evidence bags, but there's often 1 or 2 more. I do like when the max difficulty doesn't force you to steal everything, you know? Because while obviously it's meant to be more challenging, it's nice to feel rewarded that you've chosen to get more than you need. So I like there being that option. As you can see here, I'm trying to set up the zip line. I got set up and I realised very quickly it was not worth the time. Because as you'll see, because I killed that one other guard, I could pretty much just go right around this building without a guard seeing me. There's a couple of civvies, but it's job done. And that's why, like I said, killing that one guard around here was great. Because it just frees up my entire path. The cameras are down, there's a couple of civvies on that bench, but you can dead easy walk around them. It's job done. It's literally plain sailing. I think at this point I'd realised, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a nice little soft and comfortable bit of heisting, you know? But yeah, I think I've covered most of the main points here. I decided now to get rid of the civvy just to free things up a little bit more. You know, this made my run a bit slower. I didn't need to do this realistically, but I chose to just to make it a bit easier to walk around. But no, I really do like this heist. I like the ability to kind of disorganize yourself and do whatever you want in whatever order. I really, really dig that about this heist. I think it flows very well. Strange when you got buildings like that, though, that have doors that seem like you could open, and you just couldn't. I've tried to open it before and gone, oh, it's just a texture. Because it looks deceivingly not like a texture. So, again, like you see, I'm just not caring anymore. I'm like, nah, we good. Just kill them all. There's probably some people watching this going, I can't believe that the YouTuber is killing the civilians. Well, you know what? Your boy's got like, what, $6 trillion in his Payday account or something? I don't even know at this point. Money means nothing to me. You need to threaten me with something more than losing a bit of money for killing a civvy. You know? Take one of my masks. Take a gun, you know? That's some threat. Don't actually do that, please. So as you can see, there are 6 research documents. Like I've said, I'm going to take 4. I think I take 1 extra one on the way out. I just kind of wants to make sure I'd finish the playthrough. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I need to share about guard spawns. I feel like I said, that I really like the way the spawns are arranged. Like I said, it feels very Bomb Dockyard-esque. And I know in Bomb Dockyard, originally the spawns were even easier and they made them a bit more challenging, made some paths overlap, but it was still very much a case of you can pretty much take out a few key guards and get around the place easily. And I know some people don't like that, but I like that stuff. I like that you can clear a chunk of the map if you take out a few specific guards, because it then adds the tension that if you go somewhere else, you haven't really got that free space to play with. You have to be careful. But if you use it in the right angle like I have here, you end up with a big chunk of map, which is exactly what you need to secure your loot, with no real risk of being spotted. I could kill those 2 civvies if I wanted to. Just couldn't be bothered bagging them and moving them again. But I even had the free body bag case. I could have quite easily done it. In fact, I'm kind of surprised looking back that I didn't at this point, because I could have just gone on a nice little leisurely stroll with each of the documents. And that moment there, yeah, there was still 1 guard in the general area, and I walked past him, and I think I was watching a YouTube video at this point while I was going, because I'd failed a few times. I was just kind of like half focusing, and I looked back up and went, did I just walk past? Yeah, no, I did. So I'm very, very lucky there. I'm very surprised he didn't spot me, because that would have been the end of the run, right? I have no more pages. So, still being a little bit goofy. Goofy Payday 2 player. That's me. Goofy streamer, goofy video maker, goofy player of the game. And that is the 4th of our compulsory documents secured. And I stared at the van thinking, is that it? And I was like, oh no. And that blip does look like it's in a separate area. It's still in that downstairs laboratory. It's just the other end of the corridor. And you'll see now where the other entrance is. So this one I think is the nicer one to go down. You know, you've got 2 distinct lanes here, a good few places for cover if need be. But you go down here and you'll see to the right now, there is a double door exit. And that's where the researchers go out. They'll go the left side there. The right door, I believe, they don't never leave through. So if you're coming in from that way, it'd be your left on going on the way in. Now, to destroy the lab equipment, all you have are 8 of these microscopes, and you just have to shoot them a few times, beat them a few times. I think it's just 3 damage. You just have to hit them 3 times, whether it be with a bullet, be with a knife, whatever it is. You realise in a minute, I just kind of go, I'm just going to start meleeing them. I couldn't bother using a judge. So, just destroying these 8 things. Almost a little bit tedious, but not enough of them for it to be so. And fun fact, if you do this loud, I don't know if I mentioned this in my news video actually, but this can be a little bit of exclusive tidbit for the stealth. If you're doing this loud, you can actually just destroy the microscopes in the same way. Because in loud, you can put C4 down and flood the building, but you don't have to. You can just destroy the microscopes. And I realised that because I kind of methodically smashed them without realising there was a C4 option and went, oh, didn't know I could do that. So there's flexibility, loud, or stealth. And there you go. That is all the main objectives complete, and the only thing that drags the playthrough out now is just waiting for this guard to move so I can go past. I could have gone out the other entrance, but I know there's other guards and civvies around there, and I didn't want to risk it. I figured I could probably do it in 30 seconds with an ECM jammer, but I just didn't want to take the risk. You know, I'd had a really nice, smooth run here, and I was like, oh, okay, not sub 13 minutes, sub 14 minutes, fine, whatever. But I knew I'd had a good run here and didn't want to jeopardize it, so I thought, you know, we'll just wait. We'll show patience. And while I was at it, because the research documents don't ruin your speed, I thought I'll pick one up. Nice refreshing thing, by the way. A new type of loot that doesn't slow you down at all. You know? Shout out jewelry. It makes me feel something. I don't know what that means. And here we go. So we secured the last bit of research documents, and that's the Hostile Takeover Heist complete. Hope this guide's been useful to you. If it has, please give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And if you happen to be new around here, feel free to hit that sub button. I'd also greatly, greatly appreciate it. But let me know your thoughts on the whole heist down below in the comment section. And apart from that, I will leave it all there. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, if you're watching this on the day the update came out, I'll be live on Twitch at 7 PM GMT playing this live, so feel free to come hang out. But apart from that, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Take it easy.